Imagine what it's like to be a major league pitcher. Your career, your reputation, your bank account, all dependent on one limb and a few ligaments, which you are subjecting to trauma, huge amounts of force, about 100 times per game. Imagine the constant fear. One tear, one pop, one awkward twist, and it's all over. For most of baseball history, that's what it was like to be a pitcher. That was baseball before Dr. Frank Jobe.
Jacob deGrom will have to undergo surgery to repair a torn UCL in his right elbow.
Before the procedure he created.
Breaking news into SportsCenter. Shohei Ohtani had surgery today on his UCL.
Before Tommy John surgery.
Tommy John surgery, which should be called the Frank Jobe surgery.
In medical terms, it's a graft reconstruction of the ulnar collateral ligament of the elbow, but nobody calls it that.
In 1974, Tommy John was a 31-year-old lefty starter for the Dodgers. He'd been an All-Star once in 1968. Pitching against Montreal on July 17th, John was 13-3 with a 2.59 earned run average, when suddenly...
this searing pain in my elbow. I shook my arm, got the ball back, one more pitch, and right when I came forward to throw, the pain was, the ball went up and hit the back screen at Dodger Stadium. And I walked off and I said, "Get Dr. Jobe."
Frank Jobe was the Dodgers' orthopedic specialist, and it was he who came to the realization that elbows and careers might be saved by replacing injured ulnar ligaments with a tendon from the forearm.
Dr. Jobe said, "I think we're going to have to operate." So my thing was, "How many of these have you done, Dr. Jobe?" He said, "None. Not on a pitcher's arm. I've operated ligaments on polio patients." But you know what? If Dr. Jobe told me you got a chance, I believed in him.
On September 25th, 1974, Jobe operated. John spent the next season recovering. He came back in 1976 and pitched 207 innings.
Well, whatever Dr. Jobe did, he did a heck of a good job on it. When I came back, I pitched. My arm has never hurt me pitching.
And Tommy John, the Dodgers had one of the great comeback players in sport.
From 1977 through 1980, John averaged 20 wins per season with the Dodgers and Yankees. Twice, he was runner-up for the Cy Young Award.
He struck him out. Tommy John going the distance. A brilliant job by Tommy John.
John would keep pitching and winning until 1989, when he retired at the age of 46, with 288 career wins. By the year 2000, John Smoltz was 32.
Cameras all around.
He'd won a Cy Young Award. He was one of the hardest throwers of his generation, but at spring training, his elbow was on fire.
And you hadn't really had that kind of pain before, have you? That's the kind of pain you can't throw with, generally.
There wasn't a lot of Tommy Johns, period, in my day. To have one at my age, in my mind, felt like that was the death sentence for pitching.
Any soreness right here?
A little bit.
Smoltz contemplated retirement, but instead there was a call from Tommy John.
It was vital to me. I was in a low place mentally of thinking this will be it, and that's fine. I had a great career, 14 years. And he said, "John, listen, I had mine at 34 years old. Don't quit. I pitched after my successful surgery. You can do the same thing." It was really motivating. It gave me the inspiration to just say, you know what? When I put my mind to something, I'm going to do it.
Dr. James Andrews, who by this time had become the Cy Young of Tommy John surgery, operated on Smoltz. After missing the entire 2000 season, Smoltz was back late in 2001, throwing hard, but now he was a closer.
John Smoltz has a new National League record. That is his 54th save of the year.
My first year, I was in 78 games. I saved 55 games. I was more tired after that year than 300 innings in 1996.
Struck him out. Career strikeout number 3,000.
Post-surgery, Smoltz would be named to 4 All-Star teams and pitched until the age of 42. In 2015, he was enshrined in the Hall of Fame, becoming the first pitcher post-Tommy John surgery to be so honored.
It's an epidemic. It's something that is affecting our game. It's something that I thought would cost me my career, but thanks to Dr. James Andrews and all those before him, performing the surgery with such precision has caused it to be almost a false read, like a Band-Aid you put on your arm.
When you have over 25% of major league pitchers that will have this injury and need this operation, it becomes part of the game. And it's unfortunate in a way. The main causes for UCL injury and the increase in these injuries that we're seeing is primarily velocity. Chasing velo, as these guys say, is number one, closely followed by spin.
I was pretty ready. I was like, honestly, I wanted it to happen.
That's a pitcher just very concerned about what he's feeling right now.
I just was like over having that much pain, so it was kind of a relief. I guess it sounds weird, but like I've played baseball my whole life, and like I was just kind of like, it is what it is. And I know the success rate of Tommy John. I was like not really worried about it.
Strike 3. So Buehler comes back with a strikeout. 3 strikeouts in the inning.
Walker Buehler, Tyler Glasnow's teammate, belongs to an exclusive, if expanding, cohort. 2-time Tommy John customers.
My first one was super smooth, but surgery is so much easier when you're younger, I think. And I don't know how to play this game other than trying to throw every ball as hard as I can within reason, and just want to get back to a spot where when I throw it as hard as I can, when I'm all juiced up, that it actually goes where I want.
A shredded elbow was once a career death sentence. But now those sentences have been commuted, thanks to a procedure that has become routine. It all started with a lefty and a surgeon.
I did what I wanted to do when I left Terre Haute at 18 years of age. I wanted to pitch Major League Baseball, and I got a chance to pitch it for 26 years.
There's no one position in any sport that I can think of that has been transformed and saved a career as much as a pitcher from Tommy John surgery.
And then to Tommy John, I'd say, thanks for being the test dummy for all of us.
I know a lot of us wouldn't have half the careers or anything close to that without you saying give it a go, so we thank you for it.